and it is actually identical to what I threw out there earlier in this segment. Chiefs, Ravens, Texans, Bills, and then Bengals, Chargers, Jaguars. So you're a big Texans guy. You're happy to see them there at 3. I'm probably a little bit higher on the Bills and the Jaguars than most people, so that's kind of where you see my stamp there.
Yep.
And then we agree on pretty much everything else.
I mean,
there's not a lot of compromise.
Chiefs, Ravens, 1-2 just makes sense. I mean, you can try to be flashy and you can try to go pick something that's going to get a lot of clicks, but at the end of the day, and we can reference last year as a perfect example, the flashy pick isn't always the right pick. We picked the Chiefs and the 49ers to be in the Super Bowl last year, and you picked the Super Bowl down to a T, and it was the Chiefs winning.
And so, I said that Brock Purdy's good enough to get him there, not good enough to beat Mahomes on that stage.
Exactly. So in the moment, like in the early season, you watch that video, you think, oh, of course, yeah, you pick the Chiefs real hard.
Yeah.
And then it gets there. Chiefs, Ravens are... You can't argue me out of them being number 1 and 2. Now, the Texans at 3 makes sense to me. I think C.J. Stroud is awesome. You're going to see that later as well. And then the Bills, I mean, I never doubt Josh Allen. Never doubt Josh Allen. And then, obviously, the Bengals, Chargers, Jags. The Jags are maybe a little more controversial because they're going to have to really play their way in.
Sure.
And I guess same with the Chargers, but I think with a different coach, they'll be just fine.
No, I agree. And then the NFC, the thing that would change, right, so you'll see them on the screen from kind of what we just discussed, would be, obviously we now have the Rams moving up to that number 1 line, actually. I think it's Rams, Eagles, Lions. You could argue really any order you want. I do feel, though, that the Lions, to me, at least in the regular season, are a clear-cut 3 because of the difficulty of the schedule. Right? I think that division is going to cannibalize itself a little bit. Like, is Minnesota going to be the best fourth-place team ever, maybe? That team has a ton of talent. That's the 4th-place team. I like the Bears better than most, and I think we all agree the Packers or Lions are good. Right, so I think there's going to be some cannibalization there. That's why the Lions are a little lower than other people would have them.
Yeah.
And then, like I said, I have the Bears at 7, but I think I feel like it's 100% more likely, and I think it's more obvious that Dallas would be the better team. I'm going out on a limb, so Dallas would slide into that 7 hole.
Yeah. The thing that I think we're going to get the most pushback for, just looking at this NFC side, is the 49ers at the 6th spot.
I think the 49ers in the wild card spot and the Dallas that low, I think is going to get some flack.
Right. Yeah, and
we're going to get crap from Dallas no matter what.
I like the Lions at 3 though. Other than that, I mean, I don't feel great about the Rams being in 1, but like at the same time, when the numbers break down the way we predicted it, that's how it falls. So I think the NFC is more of a toss-up than the AFC. We agree there.
I would agree there. I also like the Rams' schedule a lot. Like, I know it's tough. You open at the Lions, but then it's the Cardinals, and then San Fran has to come to you. And then you go to Chicago early season while they're still figuring out a rookie quarterback. The Packers, that'd be a tough game in Lambeau. No, they come to you. Yeah. And then it's Raiders, Vikings, Seahawks, Dolphins, Patriots. Like, Saints are in there. Like, a lot of games, we should win most of those games. The Jets, I don't view as a good team. And then again, you're going to have to play the Cardinals and Seahawks a second time. Like, to me, there's a lot of W's on that schedule.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, now it's time to go back to being a little bit head-to-head here. We have our superlatives. Or no, I'm sorry. We have our conference championship games.
Okay, you can start.
So instead of sitting here being like, oh, let's go through a bracket and this, that, and the other thing, we're going to tell you who we think are in our conference championship games, subsequently in our Super Bowl, and who wins the Super Bowl. Okay, I'll start in the NFC. I think it's the Lions and the Bears in the NFC championship game. So in theory, I would have the Bears upsetting the Eagles, that would be, and then moving on eventually. I think the Lions are clearly the best team in that conference, despite, like I said, them being the 3 seed because of the tough schedule. I think in a one-game scenario, ability to run the football, good pass rush off the edge. I trust Jared Goff when he's protected, and I think it's probably the best offensive line in football. I would have the Lions beating the Bears in the NFC Championship game, getting to the Super Bowl.
Okay.
AFC. I would go Chiefs over Bengals. Again, I know it's not a hot take. I know it's not trendy. I don't care. I think the Chiefs are easily the best team in football. I think with the additions of bodies in the receiving core in that receiver room, it's going to be massive. I worry a little bit about the offensive line, but I trust Mahomes and Andy Reid. I think the Bengals are good, just not quite good enough to beat the Chiefs. I'll go Chiefs over Bengals.
Okay.
Super Bowl, I'm going to go Chiefs over Lions. I have the Chiefs three-peating, making history. Patrick Mahomes solidifying himself as easily the second-best quarterback of all time and 100% having an argument to already be better than Tom Brady. And that is my predictions for the NFL playoffs.
Wow, there you go. That's a good one. Okay, so I'm going to start NFC. Now, the funny part is we have some similarities
there? Okay.
So in the NFC, my NFC championship game, I have the Lions and the Eagles.
Oh, stunning.
I have the Lions beating the Eagles.
Okay, so we both have the Lions.
To win the NFC, yeah.
Okay.
Now, flipping to the AFC side, I have the Chiefs and the Texans, and I have the Chiefs beating the Texans.
I thought you were a CJ Stroud guy.
I am, but I
thought you were a CJ Stroud
guy. It's
guy.
not his year. You're Caleb Williams.
He's a rookie, though. Rookies never get Super Bowls.
Okay. I just think at the end of the day, when it breaks down, Mahomes and the Chiefs are going to be able to win the AFC like they always do.
Okay. And your Super Bowl?
I have the Lions beating the Chiefs.
Yeah, okay, so we have the same Super Bowl.
But I have the Lions winning.
Okay, so you have the Lions winning their first Super Bowl and I have no idea how, ever.
It's been a long time, yeah.
It's ever, I'm pretty sure.
They have 0 Super Bowls.
So you have the Lions winning the first Super Bowl in Detroit history.
Yes.
And I have, is it the first three-peat? The first three-peat in history. Oh, this is good. This is
good television.
Would that get maybe the best number ever in a Super Bowl? With the increase of TV and live sports on TV, the increase in Super Bowl ratings, Taylor Swift again in a second year.
And Eminem.
And then Chiefs going for a three-peat, Lions going for the first ever.
That would be
Super Bowl for them.
Wild.
That may get the biggest number ever.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's huge.